Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Thanks for checking it out. If you're new here, this is the Sketchbook Chronicles. It's a YouTube channel I created to, I guess, document my journey as an artist and everything that I've been learning, and basically just bring you guys along every step of the way. So I thought today I would do kind of a quick little tutorial on the way that I've been doing portraits recently. If you've been watching the channel for a while, I've mentioned in previous videos that I've become a big fan of doing like the loose type of sketching, kind of like more urban sketching type of feel. And so I thought I'd apply that to portraits. For the longest time, I would always, whenever I would try to draw portraits, I would always try to do like a realistic portrait. And I'm sure, as a lot of you might be aware, it's very, very difficult to do. So I thought I would apply that loose sketching technique and mentality towards portraits. And I've been doing a few portraits. Some of them are here, as you can see. I've been doing a few of them over the last few weeks, and I've really been liking the way they've been coming out. So I thought I'd share how I've been doing it and how I kind of approach it, because it is a little bit different than, I guess, how you're typically taught to draw portraits. But yeah, but as you can see here, just this last week, the last few days, I've drawn this young woman here. I drew her a couple of times. I didn't like the way the first one came out. The second one came out a little bit better. Now, obviously, I still have a lot of work to do. I'm by no means an expert in portrait drawing. But again, it's a work in progress. And here's an older gentleman that I drew, and then kind of a younger kid that I did here. I've been working a lot on drawing not only portraits, but also portraits of different types of people with different features, just to, again, practice the things that I need to work on. So I figured today I'd walk you through what I've been doing in terms of how I've been approaching portraits using this kind of loose sketch style. Again, like I said, it's typically, it's different than what you're typically, I guess, shown on how to do portraits. Like most times, you're taught to do like the oval shape for a head, and then split it in half vertically, and then, split it in half horizontally, depending on, how the subject is positioned, or you're taught to do, like a circle for the skull, and then kind of like bring down the lines for the jaw and things like that. And then again, you also, split it, and yeah. So I used to try that method. It wasn't really working for me. So then I just decided, you know what, I'm just gonna apply the technique that I've been doing for this whole loose sketching thing. So we're gonna see what we can accomplish today using this portrait of this person that I found online, and I'll put the picture up so you guys can follow along if you'd like. So how I typically approach it, again, instead of doing either one of these methods, I honestly just start drawing. So I'll usually just pick a side. Now I'm right-handed, so I'll usually start somewhere on the left side of the person's face. So I'm just gonna start with like the top left of this particular person's head. So I'm just gonna get that going. And again, I'm just doing this by eye. I'm not starting out with like these guidelines or these shapes. I found, that's the other thing too, I found that starting this way, the end result always seemed stiff. The lines never seemed to have like any character or anything. So this is another reason why I've been liking the looser method of doing it, because it seems like it gets, the final result has a little bit more life in it. So yeah, so we're just gonna start with this top left, and then I'm just gonna make a few marks here just to kind of give me an idea of where the hairline is, because this person's wearing a hat. And then I'll continue this line down to kind of finish the general shape of the head. And again, this isn't a perfect. This isn't going to be a perfect representation of this subject. This isn't, like I said, it's not meant to be a lesson in how to draw realistically. It's kind of just a method that I've been working with to not only get the resemblance of the person that I'm trying to draw, but also just to give it a little bit more life. Because as I mentioned, whenever I tried doing it with like the guidelines, and dividing the face in half and then all of that stuff, the end result never seemed to be what I was looking for. I also kind of enjoyed doing the portraits this way, and then them kind of having almost a different look. Like they don't obviously look like the subject I'm trying to draw, because again, I'm not going for realism. I'm just going for my interpretation. So I like the way that they come out, and sometimes they may look more of like a cartoony version of the subject, which I'm okay with because I prefer that style. So I've really been enjoying this. So now, again, I have the basic shape of this person's head. So I'm gonna start placing features. So the eyes, now this person's head is kind of tilting down a little bit. So I'm gonna put the eyes a little bit further down on the head. So I'm gonna put one eye here, and then just the other eye right across there. And then I'll just give her eyebrows. And then we'll give her nose, and then the top of the nose bridge there. So as you can see, I'm not too worried about measuring, and exactly splitting the face in half vertically and horizontally or anything like that. I'm just doing this by eye. I don't necessarily want this to be perfect anyway. So I'm perfectly okay with this so far. So now I'm just gonna add in her hat. Now her hat looks like it starts in line with her eye there, and then I'm just gonna do this general kind of curve line shape for the brim of the hat. That looks like it's a little bit just putting in her ear there, and the hat looks like it's a little bit higher on this side. And just add that curve there. So that's the top curve of the brim of the hat. And now I'll do the bottom curve. That. Just thicken that up just to show a little bit of shadow there. And now we'll do the top of the hat itself. And usually for fabric and clothing, I like to kind of give them these little wonky lines just to make them look a little more fabric-y, if you will. And then we'll just add some texture there. Just a little zigzag line there just to show the texture of the hat. A couple there. Okay, now we'll get her mouth in. Lips are another thing I've been struggling with, so I'm trying to get better at that as well. And then we'll add in her glasses. Let's do her top eyelids there first. And we'll add in her glasses. So she's got like these giant aviators that come out to just about a little past her jaw, or the edge of her face, and then they come down relatively far. Okay, and then draw the lens on the other side. And then a little bar on the top that connects them, and then the little bridge. And now I'll do and so as you can see, again, it's not realistic in any way, shape, or form, but it does look like a cartoon version of this person, which again, I'm okay with. Just got a little mole there, and then we'll just add a little bit of hatching there just to indicate color of her hair. And then I'll even add in a little bit of her neck that you can see. But yeah, and that's really it. So as you can see, again, not a realistic representation of this person, but a pretty good one. And again, it looks more alive. The lines have more character to them. I've just been getting a lot of really good results using this method. So I just thought I'd share it with you guys. Maybe it would help you out. If you've been struggling with portraits like I have, and you've been using the oval shape or the circle and then dividing it in half, and trying to be all exact with your measurements and things like that, maybe give this a try. Again, I've been really enjoying the results that I've been getting. As I mentioned, I'm by no means an expert, but I'm definitely going to stick to this method. I'm definitely going to be working with this for a while and practicing to get better. And that's really what it's all about, is just finding a method that works for you and then just getting better at it. So yeah, so I hope this video was helpful. Be sure to subscribe, comment, and like the video. Turn on notifications so you guys are up to date with all my new postings. And yeah, I really appreciate you guys checking out the video, and I hope it helps. All right, thanks everybody. See you in the next one.